How's it going, everybody? On the road DFS here. It's my first ever uh, uh, live stream here on the channel. I didn't really have enough time tonight to put together and edit a video on this Australia USA matchup, but I still wanted to give you some analysis here. So I'm going to do it in a live stream format tonight. So let's see what we got here. So to start things off, just going to go over the odds here and the general predictions. So money line is USA minus 650, Australia plus 420, the spread USA minus 10, and the total 178 and a half. So those have been kind of hard to gauge. I think generally with Team USA, these have actually been hitting the over, which is interesting, but who knows? I think Australia tends to score a lot too. We're going to go over the Australian side as well. So definitely make a judgment call there. If you think this game will hit the over, I would probably go with the over just because of how Team USA has been scoring lately. But so USA, they defeated Spain in their last game, 14-point win, 95-81. Australia defeated Argentina 97-59. So coming off of a larger blowout there is Australia. But as you can see, both of these teams very close to scoring 100 in their last game. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards that over in the over-under there. USA is 3-1 at the Olympics, and Australia is undefeated at 4-0. So that's what I have for the betting side here. Let me go ahead and switch on over here to the Fanduel side, and we're going to look first at Team US, and then I'm going to go over to Team Australia. But at the top, no shocker, Durant at 15.5. I mean, what can I say? He's been there this whole time. I mean, we know how it's going to be with Kevin Durant. It's he's going to be the top guy, and other than that France game, which I think was a fluke, he's been awesome. I mean, I am anticipating playing KD in my MVP slot for what I'm playing tonight. But make a judgment call. If you want to save the salary, I mean, it could work out, but I think fading KD is just too risky there. I'm going to pull his stats up here real quick. Yeah, two games, 38 the game before that. And then, as I already mentioned, the France game, I think that was a fluke. I think you're pretty safe with KD. Drew Holiday, 14,000. Now, I've been calling him Mr. Consistent here for a couple videos now, and that makes sense. I mean, he is Mr. Consistent. He's got, 27.5 per game. His last game was actually his worst at 22.9. I'm kind of surprised that he's the second most expensive player given that last game. But you just want to put someone in your lineup who's, he's going to get 20 plus. Seems like that's going to be Drew Holiday on a night-to-night basis. The problem is I just don't love that price. 14,000. That is a lot for Drew Holiday, and I appreciate his consistency, of course, but it's just, man, the second slate in terms of price. I don't know about that one, but again, make a judgment call for yourself on that. Jason Tatum here. Now his price has come way up, and I don't exactly know why. He's done nicely, like he's been good. But aside from the Czech Republic game, he hasn't been insane. Horrible game against France. That's a story for most Team USA players. And then he's been maintaining above 20, and he had a really nice game against the Czech Republic. But I don't really see myself getting there at 13.5 very frequently. Maybe sprinkle some in here and there, but I don't know. Not really my favorite play there. Patty Mills here. Now this is really interesting because he has been kind of like a Fournier on Team France. And I was all about playing Fournier when Team USA played Team France because I was like, he is their bucket getter. And it's true. I think Patty Mills, he's going to score. He's going to score a lot, probably. Let me pull up. Let's see what we have here. First game against Nigeria. Patty Mills, first of all, nearly played 35 minutes. Um, that's crazy. Nobody else on Team Australia other than Joe Ingles even played over 30. He dropped 25 points. He actually had 6 assists and 4 steals. Wow. A couple rebounds. He really had a fantastic game against Nigeria, but I mean, Nigeria might have been a little overmatched there. So let's go to the next one here for Patty Mills. I know I said I was going to do Team USA first, but let's just go from the top down with the salary. It'll be easier to keep track of everything here. Patty Mills, 35 minutes and 44 seconds. Wow. Okay. Patty Mills is just playing like these entire games, basically. 16 points. Actually didn't have that great of a shooting night. He had a steal, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, actually. So against Italy, he had an okay game. I think considering the shots weren't really falling for him and he still had a pretty good game, that's pretty fantastic there. It could have been a lot better, though, if his shot was falling. Let's see here. Next, we have Germany against Australia. Patty Mills. What do we got here from Mr. Mills? 33 minutes, 9 of 23, 5 of 15 from 3. He scored 24 points. So he's just going to shoot a lot, and they might not always fall, but he's just going to keep shooting. And honestly, the way that Fournier torched the US, the way Rubio torched the US, I got to be honest, it has me thinking a little more about Patty Mills, even when I'm just looking at this right now, because initially I was thinking he might have been a bit overpriced, but I don't know if I can say that anymore, honestly. His production is pretty insane. I looked this over before this video, but it didn't really sink in. And then against Argentina, he actually played the least amount of minutes he's ever played, 25-26 there, 25 minutes, 26 seconds in the Argentina game. Still dropped 18 points, 4 assists, a steal. Not his best game, but this was a blowout. So that's a little bit different here. I like the Patty Mills play, but he has 13,000 at the same time. So it's not like he's a super big value or anything like that. But I like the Patty Mills play more than I like Tatum or Holiday, though. I'm just going to be upfront and honest. And they both cost more than him. Uh, I definitely do, actually. Damien Lillard, 12.5. I like the price up 500 from where it was last game. Lillard, it really hasn't been Dame time yet in these Olympics. I know he against Iran was really dropping buckets there from 3, but I don't know. It hasn't. We haven't really had like that insane Lillard game. I do think the Iran game, like he was on fire from 3, but he ended up. I don't even think he hit 30 in Fanduel, just under 30, 29.9. Reason being, he just really didn't do a whole lot other than his scoring. So it becomes. I like the 12.5 price on Lillard a good amount actually, but it becomes interesting because I think you can justify Patty Mills over him for 5. It's a tough call because one of these games, Lillard might, have a Dame time game, and you're going to wish you had him in there for a pretty reasonable price there, at least currently. So we will see. Jock Landale here for Team Australia. And this is interesting because he actually, I think, has been getting more minutes after Aaron Baines has stopped playing for Team Australia. I don't know if he got hurt. That's what I'm assuming happened. But I saw Baines got released today, actually, in NBA news. But that's beside the point. In the first game, Landale only scored 4 points. He didn't play as many minutes as Baines. I mean, he's their center. He got a few rebounds, an assist, but that was like really when it seems like he was playing backup um, to Aaron Baines against Nigeria. Fast forward here, Italy, Australia, and he played almost 10 more minutes than Baines, scored 18 points. Australia versus Italy here. He scored 18 points. He and Baines actually both had good games against Italy, but this really seemed like the game where he asserted himself over Baines a bit here because 7 rebounds. They each actually had 7 rebounds. Okay, so really good game for the big men against Italy, and there's no reason I don't think that the bigs won't have a good game against the U.S. Honestly, we've kind of struggled against bigs. Gobert kind of had his way. Um, who else? Hadidi from Iran actually had a really nice game against the U.S. Seems like just in general, the bigs have been doing pretty well. Although we didn't see that much of the Gasol brothers against Spain, U.S. versus Spain, but we did see Hernan Gomez quite a bit, actually, which I had mentioned in my video. I said that I thought Hernan Gomez for the money was like potential value. Ended up being major value. I also said I liked Marc Gasol more than Pau Gasol. Turns out neither were that good of plays. But all right, let's see. Australia versus Germany here. Moving right along. Still looking at Landale. He started, played 24 minutes, shot 7 of 10, 18 points. Okay, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a block. Okay, so a really solid game against Germany, but he shot the lights out, though, honestly. 7 of 10 overall, 2 of 2 3-pointer, 2 of 2 free throws. Just keep in mind, like, I don't know if he's going to shoot that well against the U.S., but in any case, he got 10 shots. But the thing is, Patty Mills is sitting over here. He shot 23 times, including 15 times from 3. So it's just like, wow, he is really taking a lot of shots. All right. And then the final game so far, Argentina. Let's see. Yeah, Baines did not play. Landale played 25 minutes and 45 seconds, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, actually, 2 turnovers. Really really filled the box score there in that game against Argentina. I like the Landale play. Seems like he's their big. Like I said, I like playing bigs against Team USA, to be honest. Kind of struggling. Let's see what we have next. Zach Levine. Okay. So Zach Levine at 11.5. Huh. This is interesting. My gut tells me that this is a little too much to pay for Zach Levine, but I do think he's been putting in like good minutes for Team USA. Like when I see him out there, it seems like he's he's pretty involved, a high usage guy when he's out there. I haven't looked at the stats, but just based on what I've seen, he seems to be pretty high usage out there. His first game and his last game were not very good. He didn't even score 15. But the middle games there, Iran and Czech Republic, 32.8 and 25.9. Now, the question you have to ask yourself about someone like Zach Levine, whose stats are showing up this way, is it because of the competition level? Honestly, because Spain and France were the 2 toughest games that Team USA has played so far. And on a Fanduel side of it, Zach Levine did not really show up. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's a little scary that his 2 good games were against the worst 2 teams, and he had pretty similarly bad games against good teams. But maybe he breaks that mold tonight. I don't. That's my observation when looking at that. Okay, Joe Ingles here. Against Nigeria, Joe Ingles played the second most minutes to Patty Mills, as I mentioned, about 32 and a half minutes there. 11 points. He only shot 4 of 12, 2 of 7 from 3, Got some rebounds, some assists, and some turnovers. Man, he played a lot of minutes in that first game. Let me wait and see how this next game went for him before passing some judgment here. This was Australia against Italy. Ingles played 33 and a half minutes, 14 points. He shot better, 5 of 11, 4 of 9 from 3. Okay. 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Okay. Okay. I think you can justify him at this price from what I'm seeing here. Let's see how he did against Germany. 27 minutes. Okay, he played less minutes. Shot 2 of 8 and 2 of 6 from 3. So both of the shots he made were threes. And he scored 6 points. Oh, that is rough. But he had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. So I don't know. Ingles, he was doing some of the other things in the game when he wasn't scoring a ton. Let's see, 28-50 against Argentina. This was a blowout. He scored 11 on 4 of 10 shooting, 3 of 8 from 3, 7 assists, okay, steal, 3 turnovers, 4 rebounds. So he's been doing a little bit of everything, honestly. I think you could justify him at this price. Like when I first look at it, it's like 11,000 for Joe Ingles. I don't know if I would go there, but the more I think about it and the more I look at those stats, I think he could hit that for sure. It's just kind of hard. Honestly, he hasn't been shooting well in these Olympics. Like none of those outside of I think the game against Italy, he shot well, but Ingles has not really found his shot yet, which could potentially make him, a steal if he actually finds his shot this game. But I don't know. 11,000. You could go Devin Booker for 500 less here. About to talk about that. You could go to Zach Levine for 500 more. It's just it's tough. I think it's tough. But Devin Booker here, 10-5. Had 2 really bad games and had 2 really good games. His bad games were against France and the Czech Republic. His good games were against Iran and Spain. So, first of all, I don't really count the game against France for Booker, just because the finals, it was right after. I know Holiday played well immediately after, but I think all those guys had to have been exhausted at that point. Let's be honest here. I'm very impressed with what Holiday was able to do, but I'm not overthinking that France game from him. He's hit above 30 in 2 games. For 10-5, $500 sale compared to Ingles, I think I'd go Booker, honestly. He can't do what he did against the Czech Republic, but I'm pretty sure he was in foul trouble for the Czech Republic game. So, it's nothing to really worry about there. I don't think, assuming he stays out of foul trouble, but the reality is you don't know who's going to get in foul trouble on either side. All right, for Australia, Nick K here. He's a forward, 10,000, and I'm going to have to go game by game here again. Nick K, I believe he's a starter. What did he do in this first game? Nick, 1 from 3. Okay, 8 rebounds. Nice. 3 assists. Okay, I'm impressed by him from that first game, but it's Nigeria. Let's see about this next one. Nick K, 26 minutes, 15 points. Hit a 3. Okay, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. All right. So against Italy, he kept it up. Nick K here. Let's see how he did against Germany. 31 minutes, 7 of 10 shooting, just like Landale shot that game. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 16 points. All right. So K has had himself a very nice Olympics so far. And then Nick K against Argentina, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Okay, 3 assists. I really like this play. After looking at these stats, I mean, K, I don't know this guy, but those stats, he hasn't had a bad game. He hasn't had a game where I would have regretted playing him so far. And 10,000, save 1,000 on playing Joe Ingles. Again, nothing against him, but he's been just crazy shaky and inconsistent compared to this guy. Bam Adebayo, 9.5. And I think just for tonight, I'm not going to get into the super deep bench here. Once I see for Team Australia some guys that just are not really getting any playing time, I'll let you, if you really want to make that play, you can do the research on it. But I don't see myself playing those guys. So that's on you with that one. But anyway, Bam Adebayo is averaging 23.4 Fanduel points per game. 9.5 is his price. He had a bit of a bounce back last game. I played a good amount of Bam because I like the price. I still like the price at 9.5. He's their main big. I mean, he had a not very good game against the Czech Republic, and actually not very good game against Iran. But those were the two blowout games. So if we're playing this like what I was talking before, what was it, Zach Levine? I was like, man, he has not showed up for the tough games, and he's really done well in the easy games. Well, Bam is the exact opposite. He's shown up for the tougher games, and for the blowouts, hasn't had as nice of games. So, as we're expecting this game to be fairly tight, Bam Adebayo at 9.5 seems quite appealing to me. All right, let's see what we got here. Dante Exum at 9.5, same price as Bam. So let's get a little comparison going here. First game, Exum, 24 minutes, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 5 turnovers. Good Lord, Dante Exum. So he needs to stop turning the ball over, at least against Nigeria. Let's see here. Next game against Italy, his minutes were way down, about 18 minutes, did not score. Okay, he had 4 turnovers, 4 assists. Okay. And I'm sensing a trend here. Exum, next game against Germany, 20 points. Or excuse me, 20 minutes, not 20 points, 8 points, 20 minutes, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Hey, he didn't turn the ball over against Germany. Good for him for turning that around because I was looking rough those first couple games. So then Argentina, he plays about 22 minutes, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and again manages to not turn the ball over. So he had 2 games just full of turnovers and then 2 when he didn't turn it over at all. The stats aren't bad. I don't see myself going to him over Bam Adebayo at the same price though. If I'm keeping it like 100% real here, I don't know. I don't know why you would do that unless you were just trying to be different, which can pay off. But I would think it's pretty safe to say that Bam will have a better game than Exum just based on the stats I'm seeing here. But he's definitely the safer play. I feel like that's not even up for debate. Chris Middleton, 9,000. Oof. No, I'm not gonna play him. Some you could just to throw a different look out because people are gonna see these stats and do the same thing I just did, which is just write him off because 5.7, 15.4, 20.3. I was like, remember in my video back, whenever it was after the Czech Republic game, I was like, all right, he's going in the right direction. He's building on each game in terms of FanDuel points. Nope. Spain, 8.9. That is rough. And now it has me thinking that about 20 might be his ceiling, and that is not good. I like Chris Middleton, but I think he might be coasting a little bit fresh off that finals run. I don't know. He's not doing what his teammate teammate Holiday is doing out there. So I would not play him, but if you want to take a chance that he has the best game he's had all Olympics here, and that would probably put you above a good percentage of other lineups because people are scared to play that guy, like quite honestly. But yeah. All right. Let's see who we have up next. Draymond Green, 500 less than Middleton. Let me be upfront and honest. I would like to play Draymond over Middleton for this slate. It just makes sense to me for a $100 price reduction. He's been a little more consistent than Middleton. Middleton has scored. Middleton's had a higher ceiling game than Draymond's had the whole time so far in the Olympics. But Draymond is 19.4, 13.8, 14.8, 12. Not great, but guess what? He's never scored the single digits at the same time. So that's a judgment call for you if you're really looking forth between Middleton and Draymond. First of all, let me be honest, I don't love either play, but if that's where you're at with your lineup to make it work, I would lean Draymond personally, but that's really up to you, as it always is. I'm just here to offer how I see things. All right, we got Thibault and Dellavedova here. So Thibault at 8.5. Let's see how he did against Nigeria. Thibault, 23 minutes, good minutes, 7 points. 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 5 steals. Wow. Okay, so Thibault had active hands against Nigeria. That is crazy. Thibault next game against Italy, 7 points again. Okay, the scoring's consistent. 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers. Not good. Another steal, though. Okay, so he's getting his steals in. Hate to see those 4 turnovers, though, honestly. Let's see the next game here. Thibault, 20 minutes against Germany, 4 points. His scoring went down. 4 steals, though, man, but 4 player fouls. So, kind of seems like he was in some foul trouble against Germany, and he still managed. He has 4 steals. It's kind of why I like this play. I'm just feeling like Mr. Steals out here. That's a lot of Fanduel points. Let's see if he kept it up against Argentina. Thibault played about 24 minutes, 12 points. He actually scored more. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. Man, Thibault, is he going to do this? Is he going to keep doing this? I don't know. That's a tough call, but he's had a good amount of steals in every single game here. So I don't know. I think you could do a lot worse for 8.5 personally. I think he could be a key play potentially if he keeps his defensive stats up here. All right, Dellavedova for 8,000. My guy, Dellavedova. Let's see what we got. 16 minutes in the first game, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers. Decent game for 8,000. Not the worst. Next game, 23 minutes, 2 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Oof, just off that game alone, I don't know if I can bring myself to play him, honestly. 16 minutes. I think he starts, though, actually, but he just doesn't play that many minutes. 16 minutes against Germany. Shot 1 of 4 for 2 points, a rebound, an assist, a steal, and a turnover. 3 fouls. Huh. Seems like, I don't know, seems like 5 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal against Argentina. Yeah, I'm not going to play him, but if you want to play Delhi, you feel good about it, you're going to need him to play like he did in that first game and not like how he played after that because it's been a little rough. I wouldn't personally recommend it, but you do you if you got a good feeling about Delhi tonight. All right, Nathan Sobey here. It's going to be the next guy I look at, and I think I'm going to wrap this up here pretty soon. Not really worth talking about. He played about 2 minutes first game, and he turned the ball over, and that's it. Okay, yeah, next game, he got a rebound in about 1.5 minutes. Next game, he played 13 minutes against Germany and scored 4 points and actually did just about everything else one time. Sobey against Argentina played about 9 minutes, scored 8 points. Okay, so this is a bait play by Fanduel. They want you to play the Sobey guy, looking at his most recent stats. He's not, I don't even think he's going to really play very many minutes here. Anyone that just tuned in, I'm talking about Sobey right now from Australia. man, I think this is a bait play by Fanduel. He really is. He seems to be a bench warmer that gets in during blowouts, and it just so happens that the Germany game and the Argentina game kind of blew out there. So he got some minutes in the last two games, and they upped his price because of it. I'm not touching that guy. I don't even care that he's pretty cheap there at 8,000. Do not do that. There is no reason you should play Sobe instead of spending 500 more for Thibault. I'm sorry, but there's just no reason for that. Thibault at 8.5 is, I mean, he's Mr. Steal the steals, and he is a literal steal. Next up, we got Jeremy Grant, 7,000. I'm not going to do it. I don't anticipate this being a blowout. He doesn't really play. Like, literally, if you look at his stats, he has gotten 0 minutes in the France game, and he got 0 minutes in the Spain game. And what is a similarity between those two games? They were the two games that were not blowouts. They were the tough, hard-fought games. Jeremy Grant doesn't get in the game in those. I am not even taking a chance on Grant, personally. Okay, next we got Duop Reith from Australia. Let me go through the stats here real quick, see if he even gets any playing time. Duop Reith, who is this guy? Okay, he didn't play in the first game against Nigeria. Okay, he did not play the game. Why is this guy? Okay, 7 minutes against Germany, put up 4 points and got a couple steals. Kind of a blowout. Then let's see, next game, Duop Reith, 4 minutes, and he scored 2 points. Yeah, no, sorry, no, do not touch that guy for what, 7,000? No. Reith, and who was the other guy? Sobe, those guys are bait plays. Do not, telling you, there's no value there. All right, Chris Golding for Australia here. Going back, looking at the Nigeria stats, Nigeria versus Australia. Golding played 6 minutes, and he turned the ball over, and he shot 0 of 2. Next game, 3 minutes. He got a rebound and missed all 3 of his shots. Germany, Australia, 8 minutes. He scored 3 points. He got a rebound. Then Argentina. He played 14 minutes, 6 points, a steal, a rebound, and assist. All right, so let me be forthcoming here. This guy's actually a better play than either of those other two guys, like straight up. Like, you can book that. Golding at 7,000 is a better price than Reith at 7,000, and he's better than Sobe at 8,000. I would rather play Golding and eat the 1,000 than play Sobe. And I'm being 100% serious. I know we're getting into the real nitty gritty on the end of the bench here, but seriously, Golding at least has a spot in the rotation, even in non-blowouts. Might only be 3 minutes. He hasn't played particularly well, but he actually has a spot in the rotation. These other guys, straight up, do not play in close games. So Golding over Reith and over Sobe, not over Dellavedova, though. That's where I draw the line. Dellavedova is a much better play than any of those guys. Okay, Kelden Johnson. Let's see, what did he do? He didn't play last game. I guess that makes sense. He played very little in the France game. He played very little overall. I'm not big on this play. Probably won't see the floor unless this blows out. If you have a gut feeling that this blows out, then you could take a chance on him or JaVale McGee. I probably wouldn't touch Jeremy Grant even in a blowout. I'm being completely serious. But I don't know why this game would blow out. Australia seems plenty good. I mean, I think it's going to be a tough game. But anyway, JaVale McGee next, 6'5". What do we got? 3.2 against France, 20.4 against Iran. He got some good run there. 11.2 against the Czech Republic, then did not play against Spain. I have concerns that he won't play, honestly, in this next game either. Of the 3 guys, of him, Kelden Johnson, and Jeremy Grant, I like McGee the most. I'm actually kind of not sure why Grant got priced up over them, because McGee was the most expensive of the 3, and now they just priced him down. Below, same price as Johnson and 500 less than Grant. don't know why. Anyway, Green, that's an NBA guy. Let's see what we got. Is this going to be a hidden gem here? Probably not. 5 minutes and 45 seconds against Nigeria. He didn't score. He was 0 of 1 shooting. He got 2 rebounds and 2 steals. Okay, hold up. That's actually looking better than some of these other guys that we've already gone through, including Golding, honestly. Okay, Italy. Let's see what we got here. Where is this guy? Josh Green. Okay, that's not encouraging. He played 10 seconds, literally 10 seconds against Italy. I don't know how that even happens. Josh Green played a minute against Germany. Josh Green, 4 minutes against Argentina, and he scored 6 points, got a couple rebounds. Okay. I'm not really sure if he's a better play than Golding, actually, after seeing that, but I don't know. I think he's better than those other 2 guys that I was talking about earlier from Australia, but I don't know. This with some of these bench guys, it's kind of a toss-up, but I think the Argentina game just made the pricing get thrown off a little bit just because, you know, a lot of bench players got significant run in the blowout. So it is what it is, but I think I covered everybody now. I said I wasn't going to do that, but we got some viewers in here, and I just thought I might as well keep going through it. So hope anyone that tuned in appreciates this. Anyone that's watching here after the live stream, hope this helps you out. And if it did, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. It helps out a lot. And yeah, I look forward to bringing you more content. I'm going to have some guests on the show here soon as well as we continue to build. So this is all for this episode of On the Road DFS, and I will catch you next time.